Hey, how's it going today? It's Friday 29th of December, and we're taking a look at different opportunities available, as well as it might be important for many business having access to facilities. I'm trying to understand how to do it, and if I can do it, perhaps with very little operational cost, right? So I thought it might be worth reaching out and education qualification providers that might be the facilities there and might be people there great. So we're all about improving, helping, and or delivering next generation of leaders. So that would be very important. For many people, I don't know if they care about what they're doing. Some people they're trying to do a bare minimum if they can with some of those places. So, well, if they would respond, conversion rate sometimes can be from 100 emails. Conversion rate would be about 2%. So the response, so after that type of response, the 2% of 100, if the person would respond into that's the different issues there. But either way, let's progress and take a look at different facilities. I have covered a number of those within the Bristol area. That's where my business is based, as well as most likely I will be progressing to other places like London or Cambridge, where they have access to very expensive hardware, right? And or more of the tech, perhaps manufacturing. I'm not entirely sure yet, right? But within the studio, I will be taking a look at Bristol VR Lab. Let's try to understand what this organization is all about. Let's take a look at this organization's website and what opportunities are available out there. It might be important issue to solve, and there's a good that talented people out there tackling some of those important problems and offering solutions, right? Welcome to Bristol VR Labs. VR is a virtual evaluation of Bristol VR Lab and co-working space for companies and individuals working in the field of virtual, augmented, or mixed reality technology. Very important that it's available there and they have facilities available, but it might be a private. Most likely, I would like to work with non-profit organizations. I have a sense that this organization might be private, so not necessarily good, not necessarily bad. That's the sense that I'm getting. What I know about coming into this, I know about the person who sold his business to another company for billions. We're talking about billions, right? I don't want to promote the person, I don't want to promote other companies, right? And after he made the sale, now he's working on way, 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 way bigger projects, right? It's just based on historical data. And that brings me to taking a look at how many universities and what opportunities are we talking about, right? So it's something that I have taken a look at, and if I haven't missed anything, right? So perhaps that's the opportunities there. I have taken a look at University of West of England. I have taken a look at that one. I have reached out to University of Bristol already. Watershed. There might be set up network there. Might be worth reaching out to. Last time when I did it, there was no response, right? And there is another one that might be a private company there. So where other ones might be more of the research institutions, right? So there might be some opportunities there, right? Yeah, perhaps before going more deeper, right, there's some more information that they're sharing about the people. I think about the technology that we're referring to. It might be very promising technology, I guess. Myself, again, if there is a person who wants to work with this technology, feel free to reach out to me. I would find the person and work together, right? If there is one, right? And the technology and everything, it might be very new, right? And there is a lot of applications potentially and or progression when how this technology could be used potentially. So there's I don't know. It might be very new technology. There might be some risk involved in tackling any of those problems. The work we have touching on that, but technology would look sort of you wearing glasses and or having a sort of gloves kind of thing on your hands, right, where you can control a character or so, right? Or perhaps different equipment, or perhaps many things, right? Without limiting. There's a lot of use cases. I have noticed that there are some opportunities up there. just to name the few. Again, I'm not supported by any of those organizations. Perhaps those organizations would consider sending me a check, since I don't mind sharing it, since it might be important issue to tackle, right? And perhaps building more interest within this area might be that's one myself coming into this. But again, I'm not supported, and it seems there's some of the funds are in dollars, some of those funds are in pounds, and some of those funds are in the euros, right? So I guess that it brings me into virtual being grant, right? So perhaps they have grants within dollars to someone who are interested in collaborating, working with. From what I understand, right? I don't know. From what I understand, it might be American companies there, right? From there, we're progressing into pounds. The third flame open call, that's in pounds. There might be UK's, I guess. And we're progressing into our last one, XR4 all, right? And that would be in euros. So I will make assumption, well, the assumption that it would be Europe, perhaps companies in different places, right? Might be on the rise companies within Poland, it might be Germany, perhaps France, or places like Italy, right? Hopefully, more companies or organizations within different regions will get involved in some of those areas. So there's a potential there. Or if you're interested in collaborating, working together, there's a lot of opportunities there. I have seen some of those offers. I'm interested, but so I'll do a quick, perhaps, introduction, right? And it might be important opportunities. Again, if you yourself you want to do it, feel free to reach out to me. We can discuss how we can work together. Myself, it will take away too much of my time. It might be interesting experience, but other than that, perhaps I'm interested in seeing how I can collaborate and work together with some of those institutions, right? So there would be perhaps some of those packages. I can touch on some of those, right? It might be important, right? If I will place my bets, it might be if I was a gambling person, right? There might be a lot of promising. So we were taking a look at in my previous video, right? And aviation, and I had touched on the Bristol airport, right? And they having tours to go to Bristol airport, right? I personally think that you can double your money by going here instead of going there, where you physically would need to sit in a plane, right? Perhaps you can progress and jump ahead of 5 years in front of what will happen in the future, right? And entering a resident package. What do I know, right? Who can predict the future, right? Our resident packages to small companies, including and or startups already working with or looking to enter the immersive technology market. All participants and companies will be assessed and ensure that they are suited to be Bristol VR Lab ethos and to ensure our staff has given a full amount of support in the year's residence, right? Okay. So there's a full list there, and that's just an example of what companies can receive, right? I'll touch on that since I think it's a great opportunity for many, at least it should be for many business, right? Depending of in different areas might require different expertise, right? If we're taking a look at some of high danger or to your health areas, right? So perhaps that would be constructions, right? Whereas a high risk area kind of thing, or for what kind of experts you have. Not necessarily yourself, you might be very conscious and or very sensible when it comes to working on construction site, but there might be other people out there. So it's a high risk area, right? So it would be potential there operating with some of those areas, right, where you would not necessarily would need to be physically within that area, and you can potentially carry out all the work. If that were an option, well, time will show. What I'm saying is, there's a free membership. By joining Bristol VR Lab, a member, you're able to book your top of the line VR equipment to use in the lab. So there's a free membership there. If anything, on myself, I'm interested in partnership, and I thought while I'm doing it and I'm reading this information for the first time, this project worth supporting and bringing more people's attention into, since it can solve existing problems and perhaps save many people from injury, to say the least, right? If they can do it, great. Yourself, if you're interested in learning more, just staying on today's topic of the video, I have cover in very detail about some of those opportunities in my book, Game Strategy. Within this book, I was taking a look and share my personal experience when it comes to some of those promising technologies. But again, that's my own understanding, right? It might be technology and all the sectors potentially can be moving very fast. And if anything, I see promising technologies. Myself, I'm looking to engage, but who, again, who can predict the future, right? I see those opportunities and value that it could potentially generate for many businesses, and I'm looking to share some of my understanding with others, and where potential markets can be, I guess, within the next 5 or 10 years, perhaps even longer than that. But depending, I guess, how much interest we can generate within those areas. You can find it QR code in the corner and company's website below. Might be worth taking a look at some of those projects that was done with Bristol VR Labs, but it was some time ago. I think it's 2018, so way back, and they were looking at the different ways how to present data and data set presentation, right? And we'll receive 8,000 funding to visualize the data set in VR and change to have a prototype of the visualization shown in the Bristol data dome at We the Curious, right? So there might be some projects there. I don't know anything about those projects. It might be great. I see a lot of potential there. If I can see it, perhaps others can see a lot of potential there. This what they're discussing data and how data can be presented. I see it slightly differently, not necessarily data visualization. Perhaps I see it completely different. Spreadsheet works perfectly. I'm taking a look at perhaps different applications, but it's good that they have begin solving even those problems, but it was some time ago. Perhaps they're not publishing the most recent projects. That's my own understanding. Either way, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.